What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Oranos. His name is Kimo! Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. It's been a hot minute. Okay. The other side of the map in the red color playing as Hades, his name is Suppe. Yes, Suppe boy is here and he is ready to take on the Meister. Rank number 1, Kimo, forever taken out everyone in this game as best as he can. But he gets the Oranos and he's gotten himself into a bit of a funky map here to kick things off. What is this here from Suppe? He is scouting with a lot of goats. But this is an odd spawn here, it seems, on competitive mega random with the big forest in the middle, and that's about it for this map. There's a couple of gazelle spawns here, and this is a incredibly low hunt map for these players to play on. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gazelle, which is just over the 1,000 food mark, which is the bare minimum for hunt you can get on competitive mega random. As we do see Kimo here, he's going to be getting that hunting dogs a little bit late. He's found himself his gazelle, it seems, so he's going to move up there and eat those. Arguably, not getting hunting dogs here makes a lot more sense. There's really not that much hunt. This is one of those weird situations where I go, is hunting dogs actually must grab? Is it actually must grab? Is there a certain amount of food you actually need for it to be 100% worth it? Can someone do me the maths on this? So in terms of a boost, hunting dogs gives 30%, right? But in terms of the actual, well, it's a straight 30% if you're playing Oranos. Okay, so Oranos is the god we're talking about. So you've got 1.85, goes up by 30%, whatever that is, for the 1,000 food, maybe this is 1,000 food, 1,100 food here that you can get. How much faster would you get the food, which allows those villagers to then go on to a different resource to then net yourself the wooden gold back? I don't know. Because at the moment, everyone's just like, this is just the right way to play, but has anyone ever thought about it? Also remember that if you were to not get hunting dogs, you could get pickaxe, or you could get hand axe, or you could get husbandry. All of these things are a valid possibility. I'm not going to tell you which one it is because I actually don't know. I'm not going to pretend like I know on this, or if it's going to be easy enough to work out. But yeah, an interesting thought for everyone involved as to really what the best play would be. Obviously, these guys don't really know how little the hunt is. I got omniscience, and I know, but anyways. Rush Husbandry is Gaia build. Yeah, on some maps, it makes a lot of sense there because you're probably going to get pushed off of hunt anyway, so why waste your resources on the hunting dogs? It could be a way to go, for sure. Though with Gaia, hunting dogs is so cheap that I'm not sure that it ever matters for Gaia. But 100 wood, 100 gold, different story. Anyways, we got Oranos versus Hades, and I do recall Kimo many times saying, "Oranos versus Hades, that's Oranos favored. What are you guys talking about?" I don't know if he says it quite like that, so I could be putting words into his mouth, but he does feel like, at the very least, that Oranos is winnable. Playing Oranos against Hades is a very, very winnable map, and it's definitely not like a 30-70 matchup or a 40-60. It's like closer to 50-50 than anything else. So I'm excited to see what way Kimo is going to go with this matchup. In my experience, and especially on a map like this, in my experience, I think that opening double counter barracks is not only necessary, it is just the best play. Not only the best play, it is 100% necessary to make anything like really work. As we do see the oracles coming in onto this position to defend One hero Oracle going to come through as this citizen gets pulled back. Suppe trying to get some path blocking action happening with the Katoskopos there, but not quite able to get the kills that he needs. He's got the resources to get himself a Chiron. He's got the resources to get himself the town center up. We'll be able to get that immediately. Chiron coming through. Which town center do you go for? Do you go for the forward one that's kind of open here and secures this part of the map? Do you go for the back one because it's safer? Will it not really have a great gold mine? I think the forward one has to be your better option here. As we see a military barracks coming up here for Kimo. Just one. Nope, and a counter barracks. Okay, so Kimo's not going for the double counter barracks thing that I do think is the better play. And Suppe is coming in to grab this town center a little bit later than I think he would have liked. I think he probably could have sent these villagers a little bit earlier. But hopefully he gets it up and we don't just see Kimo winning this game way too quickly as the Oracle's coming through, Citizen getting pushed back, Minotaur trying to get involved there, but he doesn't get that that special off. As the Chiron coming over here to pick off the Oracles and everything else there. How much damage does that actually do? 120 damage with that shoulder charge. I reckon that this special ability could go down to like, how much damage does he do? 15. It could go down to like 30 or 40 damage and just get a range of like 4, so that if you're close enough, you can use that and it's always going to hit. And then I think this unit, and same with the Cyclops, becomes a much more fun unit to use. And it would really improve, not necessarily even just like make the unit better, would just make the unit improved. As the Oracle gets picked off, doesn't actually get that scout onto the town center, but Kimo is going to be knowing about that now. And Kimo gets himself out the Catapulties plus the double Murmillo before going into what seems to be Terma here. This is something that I've seen Kimo do a bit, but wants the extra hero melee unit to help out as the army pushing through. Villagers now moving over onto this berry bush. This is such a bad berry bush here. Just go onto the wood line. Oh, there's no wood on this town center. Maybe send the villagers back into the main base. As the Ajax getting some kills in here. Oftentimes we see Nullus using restoration in this position to keep his Minotaur alive and keep his Chiron alive. But Suppe here holding on to that one, throwing down the archery range. The stable coming down as well. Sentinels going to be helping out on the defense here as the Ajax going to pull back into the town center there. Lots of damage going to come onto Kimo as Kimo needs to think about what next. And obviously town center is going to be his choice here in this game as he sends a hero citizen over here to grab this one. Does he have any upgrades yet? Yeah, he's got hand axe, he's got pickaxe. Very standard stuff there for Kimo here. An interesting question here from Sigma. How much more fattened food would you get getting instant husbandry versus just when you go on to the goat? Well, I believe here that the herdables gather 30% faster, and I think this tells me how much it is. 1 per every 4 seconds, 1 per every 3 seconds when owned. So 30% faster on that, 1 per every 2.5 seconds-ish. Is that what 30% of... No, 30% of 3 is every 2 seconds. So 1 food every 2 seconds, roughly, would come in for the goats. So over the course of a game, you probably hit the 300 like considerably earlier. Definitely worth it. But Suppe's going to be super happy about his position right now. And he's getting himself farms, pickaxe, plow. He's getting the buildings down. Looks like he's making no hoplites, which is a little bit offbeat here. Normally the Hades players are going to be getting themselves the hoplites because they're so good at dealing with the Murmillo and dealing with everything else. As we see a third town center coming up. They fatten 30% faster, same as the gather rate. The gather rate is 20%. The gather rate increases 20%, I believe. But an easier way to think about the gather rate of the herdables is it goes up to the rate at which you gather from hunt without hunting dogs. That's an easier way to think about it than just 20% increase. So basically it goes to being really, really good. As the wall's coming up over here. Army sneaking around onto this position. Scarab Pendant here with 100% bonus damage versus buildings. This one is so important to grab. This one is so important to grab against Hades because he's already got the extra building HP. So getting those siege weapons is going to be really, really big. It's the third town center coming up for Kimo. He's still pumping units here, it seems. Just the Terma, though. I'm interested to see if Kimo's going to try and hit some sort of a timing attack in the heroic age. It can work. Or maybe a timing attack in the mythic age. As it looks like Suppe here, he's not building any units. He's just happily sitting on these units here, chopping this really, really pathetic wood line down. I'd love to see a wall up over here for Suppe as well. This wall here would be big because this is a very, very weak amount of villagers, or even just over here wouldn't be a bad idea either. There's a Hades Shade getting a little bit caught out of position there. They came opts not to take that one down, instead just retreating back. Just checking how many units are out here, and I think that will give Kimo the cue to just go heroic age. He doesn't have to worry too much. There's a military barracks up again as the citizens popping over onto the gold tier. Mana coming in as well. As the military barracks, counter barracks coming up for Kimo as well in that position. Walls coming up over here. And Suppe now, he's got... I love Suppe. Suppe is like the player that everyone watches and goes, man, I'm watching you play and I feel like I can follow it because his APM isn't like insane. And you just see, look at this. This is just beautiful. He gets the farms around here. He gets the farms around here. Look at the farms over here. This one's a bit odd, but he's ready to be moving in. This is like the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th efficient farm on that place. But he's just like... Suppe is a guy to aspire to be like, because it's just like he's the people's Age of Mythology player, the people's RTS player, because he just doesn't play too crazy. He does play crazy strategically wise, but he's not an insane APM. Like, you can never reach that level of play, and you watch him play and you go, man, anybody could get to a relatively high level in Age of Mythology. As Suppe here still wandering around, trying to figure out what to do with his army. Normally in these positions, like, Hades wants to put some serious pressure onto a town center and just attack it. But, or just go heroic age. You could just sit back, go heroic age, go mythic age. Try not to get caught out here. As Kimo swings around with his army right now, Toxotes, Chiron pulling back. You get a little bit of a volley in there, a little bit of damage. Most of the arrows missing because the Oranos is just a speedy person. Very speedy. There's a temple going to be getting taken down over here. Big shockwave there, though, popping in onto Suppe's Toxotes. He does have restoration. Will he be wanting to use it in this position? Yes, he does. And Kimo immediately going to be bailing on that position. Basically trading shockwave for restoration there. Big win for him there. But he's still going to be getting pressure onto him. Watchtowers is up on this position over here as the army retreats back. Thayer is coming through. Suppe is close to getting to the next age. He's got a lot of wood in the bank. Got a really, really safe gold mine back here as well after all is said and done. So there's probably no chance that he's going to be getting taken out in this game anytime soon. Farms coming up around this, this town center here as well. One little tip that I've found lately with this position is what I do is I build the farms around the town center with shift click. And then I put the villagers into a control group. And then when I hear the farm completed, the first farm completed, because it'll play that, I'll double click onto the villagers, and then I'll right click onto the farm that was constructed, and then all the villagers will go around. And it's a pretty big efficiency increase on building those farms without needing to sit there and watch it. You can save a lot of time So very, very small efficiency there. If you guys want to steal that one, I'm more than happy for you to steal that one. As it looks like Soup here kind of getting pushed back. Labyrinth of Minnows? What are you doing, Soup? Go to the next age. What are you doing? Kimo here. He's in the next age. And what this means is these Minotaurs are going to be useless because they are Stymphalian birds are going to be coming through as well. We see a forward palace coming up on this position as well as a Hades Shade's coming through to cause some problems here. Soup probably needs about 40 villagers on gold at the moment and 0 villagers on wood, which we'll see if he's going to be able to make that happen. He's still not making... This is kind of the weakness of making these Hippocon because they are very, very gold heavy. And Soup has just got so many resources coming in, but he will be able to make a ton of those Minotaurs coming out. He's got 36 favor in the bank, 37 favor in the bank at the moment. As these citizens pulling away, Hades Shades will get taken out very quickly here as Soup is reorganizing his army. He probably should put down a ton of military buildings over here as well to start defending this town center, especially with all of that wood in the bank there. Oh, one citizen down. Tango down. Kimo down to 27. He's got 3 hero citizens, I believe. So 28 total citizen able to be built here. I've always been interested in this idea of, like, is it worth it? Is it worth it to have manually heroized citizens so you can push your citizen count higher? Though probably 28 citizens is really all you need to be in a good position. Anyways, Hecate coming through now for Kimo. Irrigation coming through. Apollo Masons coming through for Soup. More military buildings up on this position. No military buildings down over here just yet. I think this is the big problem that Soup is going to be getting greeted with. This is a huge weakness, is this town center, as there's the stables coming down and more archer ranges. It's really interesting watching this style of Hades because we've been so kind of accustomed to the Nullus style of Hades that he kind of set in motion. I think Player also set it in motion as well with going Hoplite Toxotes. But going for Hippocon here, he's kind of set up to deal with Arcus already that have popped out. So we'll see if it's going to work out or not. So this forward watchtower does get taken out. And Soup still has this back gold mine. So getting a gold staff here for Kimo is going to be incredibly hard. As the Chiron coming through. Such a good unit of taking down these Stymphalian birds. This is why I've stopped going most of the time for Thea in this match. Even though I want to go Thea because you get the Hesperids tree. So we do see some destroyers coming through here. And this is kind of the weakness of going for the cavalry. Is how do you kill off these destroyers? Normally, military academies, spam those out. You can make yourself some Hephaspis, and they're more than good enough to take out those destroyers. As the Lampede is coming in, do we see any fire siphons? No. But up here we do see the raids coming through for Kimo. He's still trying to put pressure on all over the map as more units piling in onto this position. Archery range going to be getting taken down here. Hephaestus coming through, heavy cavalry, fortified town centers, copper mail, everything coming through. Can Soup find a defense here? And when will that Tartarian gate get dropped down is the big question. I think putting it down sort of now would be great. Maybe on this town center is fine. Over here is fine. As he does drop it down over here, he's going to push off all these farms, put pressure onto this town center while attacking this town center. Very, very, very strong. Difficult to defend against, but fortified town centers is through. The Sentinels are also in here, so they're going to get some good damage done onto this Sartarian gate, which has already got architects. It's already got architects. You don't see that very often. There's Kimo breaking through on this location over here as Soup needs to pull back. Soup's got plenty of resources, just not enough production facilities to spend them at this point. He could also mass those Minotaurs out because he got Labyrinth of Minos out as well if he really wants to. Probably not a bad unit choice here. So We do see some cheeky raids coming through, but does get dealt with over there. Cheeky side build coming up on this position as well. Lots of military buildings coming down. Archery ranges there for potential of the gas graffiti spam to come through there. Meanwhile, this Tartarian gate still alive. Lots of villagers falling here. As now the fire siphon starting to push through onto this location with the Haspers popping out. They're going to take down those units quite fast, but he does need to somehow deal with those Arcus on the back. And like, funnily enough, you know how I always complain about the Peltast? This is probably one of the few matchups where I think Peltast are actually pretty good. Or situations where I think Peltast are actually pretty good. It's because these Toxotes are doing 1 damage per second against the destroyers, basically. 73% PS armor. So they're basically doing the same amount of damage the Peltats do to them anyways. So may as well make Peltats so you can pick off those Arcus a little bit faster. Obviously, if your opponent is making a mix of Murmillo destroyers and Toxotes, you kind of have to weigh up whether you want to build the Toxotes to beat those or not. But Town Center still under a lot of pressure up here. This Town Center is getting picked off. One thing that Soup could do here is like do a little bit of an Amanra and start running around in circles. There's the fire siphon coming through. I'm going to try and finish off this Town Center. It's so strong. Did he get that relic eventually, or did Soup get it? Soup got it. So Soup's got the big siege advantage. So the Town Center of Soup is falling, but Kimo going to pull back for a hot second here while he regroups his army. Soup now getting himself Forge of Olympus. Flood control coming through. He's actually been pushed off all of his farms, mostly here from this Tartarian gate. As we do see the Colossus going to come over here and potentially clean up the remainder of that Tartarian gate. As the fire siphon will not quite finish off this town. 5,000 HP is so much HP for a town center. What if this was just nerfed down to 15% building hit points? There's so many approaches you could go to making Hades feel less bonkers, but I mean, Kimo's winning this game at the moment, so he's doing a great job of it. As we do see the Perseids coming through, going to take down a couple of those units. We see the Arcus coming in to try and take out some villages as they're pushing through here to try and get in onto this position. Soup's still not producing units very well here. This is not like Soup at all. I don't know what he's doing. He's got this side build over here. He's still putting some raids onto this. Some gas Jafidis here with an early burning pitch. Could be a way to go to start attacking this this position nice and quick. Military barracks going down. We do see the fortress coming up there for Soup. Can he make this one work? Copper weapons, copper mail, copper shields, heavy archers. I mean, I do think that a couple of gas Jafidis here with burning pitch coming through is something that Hades players should be considering every single opportunity they play this game. Is, can I get away with starting the gas Jafidi side pressure already? Because it costs such a little amount of resources to start getting some serious pressure onto your opponent. As the fortress just about to get up, Soup here very much under a lot of pain here in terms of economy. Ajax, Chiron coming out. We do see the Heliopolis popping through here for Soup as well. As the fortress going to be getting taken down there. Heavy Hippocon pushing forward to try and take out those Arcus as well on the back. Those destroyers about to finish off the fortress there. Town Center coming through for Kimo with 5 citizens. He knows how important this is. This is a very, very drastically important to get up, and he is putting every amount of pressure he possibly can to finish that one there. Thank you for the 12-month store, man. Happy anniversary, my friend. Thank you for the consistent support. It means a lot. Thank you so much. As the archery range gets taken down, Soup, I mean, I don't know, really understand. I mean, I do understand why his economy is so in pain. It's because that Tartarian gate did so much damage to him. But he's got good upgrades. He's got good pressure on the map here, on the side of the map. Just he's going to be fighting an uphill battle here as Underworld coming through. Trying to be a bit of a distraction. But the Town Center is up for Kimo. And he is going to shoot straight up to 180 population. He's going to come back over onto this gold mine. Though this is the only gold mine that Kimo has. This could go really badly for Kimo if Soup could push pressure this. He doesn't have any way to get in, and then this underworld going down is a big problem for him. Kimo needs to get a trade route started here or something, otherwise he's going to start getting into some big problems. Burning Pitch is coming through for Soup now as the gas Jaffitis, they're not doing a whole lot of damage now, but they're about to be once that Burning Pitch comes in. Life becomes very, very good for those gas Jaffitis, or very, very bad for those buildings. As Soup is in full defense mode, does get this Manticore, sends that one forward. I like that move. It allows all of those arrows to hit a more concentrated area the closer the Manticore gets. But can Soup defend this while pushing with these gas Jaffitis? There's already units out. Kimo's not messing around here. He's already ready. We also see the champion Terma, the army coming through here to take these units out. Kimo is pushing onto this spot here beautifully. Units just moving around to move forward and defend as he comes through, takes all of this out. Shockwave onto this position just to say, I know you're here. I know you're here. Good armory upgrades for Kimo as well. That's the Chiron, Achilles on the way to Soup. House going to be getting taken down up on this position, and in that moment, Soup does decide to tap out. I mean, a solid play here from Kimo. Beautiful timing with the Tartarian Gate. Really kind of caught Soup off guard, hitting this back town center. Soup didn't have enough military buildings over on this position, with them all kind of being up here, over here. And he just could not defend this one. And he ran out of resources, lost these farms up here from that Tartarian Gate. That was brutal. 10 farms down. Really hurt his food economy where that's concerned. He just could not spam stuff out here. In this game, not able to hold on and survive here. But Kimo gets the first win. If you guys enjoyed this one, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And I will see you guys in the next game.